Hey there, Danielle Matthews here. I'm coming to you live from Florida. And if you're new to my content, I help people that are on a healing journey. I help them heal physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And every single Monday we have book club. So if you have not been tuning into book club, you're welcome to jump in. You're welcome to just tune in to today's video. Everything that we talk about can sit alone, or if you're following along with the whole entire book, this is going to transform you in massive ways. So we're reading The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer. And right now we're on chapter 10. So we're about halfway through the book. And this chapter was super powerful. I think that most of us don't realize that we have a problem with our psyche and that our mind is, we're tasking our mind with problems that it's not designed to solve. The mind is an incredible computer, and it is designed to solve a lot of problems, but not how to solve our inner issues in the outer world, which is what we give our mind the task of doing. And it's problematic. So if you are joining me live for book club, let me know when you get here. I think I went live a little early, so sorry guys. I jumped in. I'm just excited. It's a good chapter and we've got a lot to talk about. So let me know when you get here. Just put in the comments when you arrive. So the first thing, this chapter is called Stealing Freedom for Your Soul. So learning how to get freedom back for your own soul. And hey Marie, good to see you. He says, you must decide that you want to enjoy your life, and then there is no reason for stress, inner pain, or fear. Once you make this decision, you start to realize what you need to do to accomplish inner peace, to have a life that feels like you wake up and you're on vacation every single day. And I love how he really laid it out in this chapter. And he talked about how most of us every day feels like a burden, right? We have the fear of not being good enough. And just put a 1 in the chat if I say something that feels like you. The fear of not being good enough. The fear of failure, the fear of experiencing insecurity, having anxiety, having self-consciousness, the fear that people will turn on us, take advantage of us, stop loving us. These are all things I know at one point or another in my own life, these things have come up, and this is like an inner weight that all of us are carrying. And he says, look, fear of experiencing pain, anguish, or sorrow, we live our life like feeling this or trying to protect ourselves from having to feel this. And we've accepted this as normal. We think that that's like the way that everybody has to live, and that's just part of the human journey. But I'm here to tell you it's not normal. And I freaking loved the analogy. I actually made a post about it. Hey, Charlotte. I made a post about it this week because I just thought, wow, this is brilliant. Like, imagine a world, like let's say we all go to sleep tonight, we wake up tomorrow, and we're in a world where everyone is sick. Like, hey, Tina. Everyone is so sick, they can't get out of bed. And everyone's living this way. So anything that gets done has to be done from within the bed. And if you have to get out of bed, like it takes all of your energy to do anything. But this is how every single person in society is. Therefore, we think it's normal. And he says, this is what's going on with the psyche. Every single person, except those that have become enlightened, that have had the realizations, right? They are living life with a sick psyche, not realizing what a healthy psyche actually looks like. A healthy mind, right? Healthy chatter in the mind. What does that actually look like? And he says, look, when the body is sick, it lets us know because of pain, because of weaknesses. All right, that's how we know that the body is sick. But the psyche has other ways of telling us. Fear is one of the ways of telling us that it's actually sick, that it's not doing well. This was like huge to me. It like shocked me. And he says, like, compare your body. Like, put a 1 in the chat if you thought about your body this morning. Like, I did not. I woke up and I was fine. And I've just been functioning, and here I am. I think I thought about my body when I sneezed, because I have the door open in front of me, and I sneezed when I opened it. And that's it. Okay? And I don't see any 1s in the chat. So people really, like, we're just living day to day. The body's just existing. Like, it's here. It's doing its thing. We only know about it when there's a problem. Like, I sneezed, right? There was something I was reacting to in my environment. Now, he says, compare that to your mind. Did you think about your mind today? Was there something going on in your thoughts today? Yeah. I can't tell you how many times this morning I've had, should I do that? Should I not do that? Was that a good decision or a bad decision? And I'm like, stop. Like, you know, like, stop. Well, I don't need that. But it's going. All right. It's pinging. And, you know, now I know enough to withdraw attention from it. But most of us like we notice our mind. And he says, to truly see this, compare your relationship with your mind to the relationship with your body. Under normal, healthy situations, you're not thinking about your body. You're just going about your business, walking, driving, talking, working, playing. You only think about your body when there's a problem. In contrast, you think about your psychological well-being all the time. We do it all the time. And we don't have to. That's called suffering. So when the Buddha says all of life is suffering, this is what he was talking about, because we're in our mind so much and we don't know how to undo that. And this inner sensitivity is a symptom of non-well-being. It's the same as when the body sends a pain signal. It displays a symptom so that we know the body's not well and we go address it. Well, kind of the signal that the mind is giving us are these inner sensitivities. All right, the language of the body is pain. Your psyche is communicating through its universal language, which is fear. This is so important to know. So important to know. Fear is a normal thing. It should be embraced. It's like a indicator light on the dashboard. Just like pain in our body is a good thing. We know, we don't touch fire because it burns. It's painful. You need to know what is the language of your psyche. And just think about this. I love, because when you step back and you look at your mind, you're like, this is ridiculous. So how many of you have thoughts like this? I want everyone to like me. I don't want anyone to speak badly of me. I want everything I say to be acceptable and pleasing to everyone. I don't want anyone to hurt me. I don't want anything to happen that I don't like. And I want everything to happen that I do like. Now, mind, figure out how to make all of those things my reality. Even if you have to think about it all day and all night. And of course, your mind's like, hey, I'm on the job. I got it. I'm going to try. And it's impossible, right? We've given our mind this impossible task. This is like the heart of the lesson in this chapter, is that we've given our mind this impossible task. And this is why our mind is so freaking active all of the time, and it just never stops, because it's like the equivalent of expecting our body to be able to do some physical feat. And we push it like, oh, I want you to scale the staircase in one jump. And we push it to try and do that. And we're just like, it can't do that. If we tried to do that, we would fall. We would face plant. We would slide down the stairs. We would fall. There's no amount of training that can get you there. There is no amount of things that you can do. People do personal development. People do all sorts of stuff trying to get their mind to be able to just navigate through all the craziness. It will fail. You have to go beyond it. The mind cannot solve that problem. It's not designed to. All right? Right? You're trying to tell your mind to make sure that everything you do is interpreted and seen the right way, and that nobody does anything that hurts you. And it has to make sure that you get everything you want and you don't get anything that you don't want. And the mind is constantly trying to give you advice on how to make all of this okay. That's what's happening. Like, no wonder it's freaking crazy in there, right? Do you see the absurdity of this? Like, high five me in the chat. Put a 5 if you're like, yeah, when you kind of like zoom out and you look at this, it's like, holy cow, how could I expect my body to do this, my mind to do this? And the thing is, I love this. He says, we're taking psychologically damaged advice. What you'll see is that your mind is always telling you that you have to change something in the outside world to solve your inner problem. Hey, Fritz. So when we go to the mind for these answers, it says, okay, go seek this, go avoid this, go do this, go get that job, and go find a relationship that was like that old relationship that made you happy. And if you can just do that again and you recreate that, then you're going to be okay. Right? It sends you on this crazy mission of doing all of this stuff in the external world to try and get all the calmness internally. And it's like, we listen to it. We're at its beck and call. It tells us to go do something and we're like, I need to go do that, and you try to make it happen. And this is why relationships have so many issues, because so many people seek out a partner to help solve their internal problem. And they're like, oh, this person, this person makes me feel better. This person is, oh my gosh, now my inner wounds, like they've healed them. Well, guys, if you're depending on somebody else to fix your own stuff, it's going to be a problem. Because they're going to disappoint you. They've got their own stuff. Things are not always going to be hunky-dory. They might leave. Things can happen, and then you'll fall apart. This is why relationships have so many issues. Page 93, he gets really into that. And this is also why we tend to repeat relationships, because we're looking for something in the external world that the external world cannot provide. And the sooner you realize that, the better. All right? The better it is. So he then talks about, well, what does success look like? All right? How could it look to not have this neurotic voice in your head that's constantly worrying about, well, what are people saying? And what are we going to do? And what about this? And what about that? Like, is it possible to have that little neurotic voice be done? Success, he says, would look like knowing people, connecting with people, being present with people, not needing people. I don't need this person to feel okay. I'm okay on my own. They add things to my life, and so I like being with them. It's a very different space. Totally different space. Very different dynamic in a relationship. Can you just be your own thing, and your partner is your own thing, and the two of you are fine together? If the partner leaves, you're still fine, right? It was not this crazy commingled whatever, so when they leave, you collapse. Like, can you be in a relationship where you just decide to be additive to one another's lives, right? And that you're fine on your own as well. That is a spiritually evolved relationship. And most people are struggling with that. All right, what else? He says success looks like living and experiencing life versus using it to fix everything that's wrong inside, right? Just flowing with life, enjoying everything that happens, knowing that it's exactly how it's supposed to be and not needing it to be any other way. Like, that's what success looks like here. That's what we're after here. You can wake up. I love how he says this. Put a 2 in the chat if you want this, and put a 3 if you already have it, okay? 2 if you want it, 3 if you have it. Wake up in the morning looking forward to the day, not worrying about what will happen. Your daily life can be like a vacation. Work can be fun, family can be fun, you can just enjoy all of it. That does not mean that you do not do your best. You just have fun doing your best. Then at night, when you go to sleep, you let it all go. You just live your life without getting uptight or worrying about anything. You actually live life instead of fearing or fighting it. 2 in the chat if you want that. 3 if you already have it. You're doing it. I would say I'm like at a 2.5. Like, I want it, and then sometimes I do it, and then sometimes I fall back. Right? After 50 years, I'm not sure, Lou says. Yeah. Right? Tina says she's doing it. Good job, Tina. Hopefully Mastery helped you, and I know you're diving into everything in there. Yep. Emmy's doing it. Hey, Emmy. Good to see you. It's amazing to live life in that way. And then when it gets pulled out, the days that you get pulled away from it, you're like, oh, no. It's not worth my peace. 2.5 over here. I'm on 2.5. Yeah, because sometimes it happens. So then I love Mickey. Like, Mickey's so pragmatic, right? He says, okay, here's how to do it. So if you want to achieve a healthy state of being, stop asking your mind to solve all of these problems. Just relieve your mind of the job of making sure that everyone and everything will be the way that you need them to be so that you can feel better inside. Your mind is not qualified for the job. Fire it. I just loved that. I read that multiple times and I laughed out loud. Like, yeah, we hired this mind to solve things that it can't do. So solve it. So just fire it. Get rid of it. All right? Let it go and your internal problems will be solved. And his biggest thing is always don't listen to it. Literally just relax back, ignore, step away. If you give it attention, even, oh, I don't want to think about this, that is still attention. So in the yogic philosophy, they call it pratyahara, the withdrawal of attention. So when there's something in your mind going, like, I talked about this with some of my students in Mastery, ice cream, right? There is like this little thing in my head that's like, oh, just eat ice cream, Danielle. Like, if I've had a hard day, it's like, oh, just get some ice cream. If I'm upset, get some ice cream. Like, it's like ice cream. It thinks that for some reason, if I eat ice cream, it's going to solve all the issues in here. And, I know that it's not, but it's really loud. I don't know if anyone else has this very loud voice about something, but it's like, go eat ice cream, go eat ice cream. And if I try to, fight with this, I'm giving it more energy, okay? Because even fighting with it, like, that's attention. And so what they say is just withdrawal attention. It's like if a child is having a tantrum next to you, you do not go into it, right? You just let them have the tantrum. You let it just finish out. You withdraw attention. They're not going to get what they want. My brain can scream ice cream and it burns when it's screaming, but I don't give it. And so eventually this it settles down to the point where now ice cream doesn't yell. It's not as much. Still happens sometimes, but not as much. And it's the same with a child, right? When they really want something and they get really intense and they throw a tantrum over it, if you give it to them, you're reinforcing the behavior. But if you don't, if you withdraw, All right, it eventually will simmer down. They'll know there's other ways to get it. So that withdrawal of attention is super important. Okay, Mickey says, when your mind starts telling you what you have to do to make everything inside okay, just don't buy into what it's telling you. The truth is, everything will be okay as soon as you are okay with everything. I'm going to read that again. Everything will be okay as soon as you are okay with everything. That's the trick. It's an internal trick. And he says, that's the only time everything will ever be okay. And I use my breath. So when my mind is going, like it can be really hard to just step back. Like Mickey always says, just step back, relax, be the witness, right? Easier said than done sometimes. I use my breath. So the breath technique I'll teach you guys, I use it all the time. It's called the Sheatley breath. All you do, no one can even tell you're doing it. You breathe in through your nose, 3 seconds, and then you breathe out through pursed lips for like 5 seconds. So you just basically make sure the inhale is shorter than the exhale. You want the exhale longer. So do it with me. In through the nose, out through pursed lips. Isn't it amazing, like how quickly it just calms the system? Like this will regulate your nervous system, and the breath works. It does. And when you do this, it literally steals the energy that your mind is taking. So when your mind is having all of its little heyday about all the things that you're supposed to be doing, and you're like, this is ridiculous, I'm not doing this, breathe. If you bring your attention to your breath, and I do the Sheatley breath because no one can tell you're doing it, you can do it anywhere, it literally withdraws the attention from the mind to the breath. Pratyahara, withdrawal of attention. How do you withdraw it without getting into a confrontation with it or suppressing it? Because most people go, oh, I'm just not going to think that. That's not good. It's going to attack you later. It's going to come back later. Okay? So you don't want to suppress it. Just let it kind of just burn its way through. And you do that through breathing. Come to the breath. And when you breathe, it just centers you. The attention is there, right? Energy follows attention. And so if you put your attention on your breath, the energy will go there versus into that thought. Is that making sense? You guys like the Sheatley breath? You're going to use it? Oh, hey, they're like thumbs upping over there on Instagram. I love it. It's amazing technology now. All right. So, guys, your mind is a computer. And I think the sooner you understand this, the better off you're going to be, because this computer is very helpful. Like, this mind of ours, super helpful for remembering how to talk, how to walk, how to drive a car, like how to solve problems, how to think, how to ponder big thoughts. It's really good at solving scientific problems. The mind is designed for some powerful things, solving the problems of humanity, getting water out, getting food out to everybody, like sanitizing things. Like the mind is amazing for certain functions in this world. The mind is not meant to solve your internal problems. It doesn't know how, because the mind is the problem in that case. So it cannot solve the problem because it is it. And it tries it might, right? It tries, but it can't. So, you need to stop making your mind do things it shouldn't do. Leave it functioning for its purpose and let it go from the other stuff. It's going to set you free, I promise. I absolutely promise. So the breath is probably the best advice I can give you, right? The mind typically runs because you're giving it power and attention. On page 96, if you're with me, that is a really important thing to understand. Your mind will keep going if you keep giving it attention, but if you stop giving it attention, it will stop going. Like most of us are at like our mind's beck and call. Like it says do X and we're doing X. Like we just react. We're just boom, we're reacting. There's no like space, response time, that kind of thing. All right. And he says, once you realize this, I tell my students all the time, use life as your spiritual playground. Use your work, your relationship as your spiritual playground. Okay. Because it will free you. So he talks about using the little things. And I love the example he used. Like, let's say somebody walks by you that you know, and they don't say hi to you. And your mind immediately has like a plethora of things to say about this, right? Why are they ignoring me? Are they mad at me? What did I say to them? What did I do wrong? Did they actually see me? Well, maybe they weren't ignoring me. It's okay, I'll forgive them. Like, it's having this like response to there are billions of people on the planet. I love how Mickey puts this. There are billions of people on the planet, and you're upset that one of them walked by you and didn't say hello. And you don't even know why they didn't say hello. Like, are you kidding me? Is that reasonable? It's not reasonable. It's absolutely not reasonable. Hey, Russ. It's not at all. And so I absolutely love that. So he says, you start to watch your mind try to solve problems that it can't solve. And you just go, hey, mind, stop. You don't even need to go there. Relax. Just drop it. It's not yours to worry about. Release it. And it sets you free. It's that easy. And if you start to use life, my teacher, I will never forget this statement. Your trigger is your teacher. When my spiritual teacher told me that, I went, oh. Like life, when I'm triggered, so in that situation, I was triggered by the person walking past me. What were they doing? Blah, blah, blah. That's trigger, right? You get all this blah in your head. Trigger. It's a teaching moment. How? Because you're watching yourself lose the seat of conscious awareness. You're watching yourself move from being the observer, your true self, into the craziness of this mind and the melodrama that the mind creates. And so when you watch that transition happen, now we know, like those of us that have been practicing this, like it doesn't feel good to go down there. And so we're like, yeah, but just stop. We're not doing that. We're stepping back here. Go into the breath. We're stepping back here. But if you start to use life in this way, life will be a constant reminder to you. Constantly reminding you, like, oops, don't lose your seat of conscious awareness. Oops, go back into being witness. Oops, step back. Right? It's constantly there for you. And ultimately, he says, eventually you will have persistently centered consciousness. That's what we're going for, to constantly be the witness, the one watching your inner roommate being, this melodramatic crazy person, and that you don't have to worry about it. And what I use, he recommends this too, like use something in your day to remind you. So all of last year, I took Gurudev, I took him to the gym every day at 5:00. And so what I did is I audited my mind from my walk to my house to his house. He lives next door. It's like a 30-second walk. I would use that as my reflection, like, what is the state of my mind right now? Is it quiet? Am I present? Or am I having some crazy fit in my head about some scenario that happened today? And it was this, I audited myself every day. And I would use the same, maybe every time you get into your car, or when you go to cook, or anytime you're washing your hands, like allow it, start to create the habit of going, am I in the melodrama or am I watching it? Am I allowing it to rule my life or am I just seeing it? Okay? Because it's always going to be there, like unless you become a monk and you never interact with anybody, right? Like stuff's always going to be happening in the mind. That's okay. Our mind is our friend. But you don't want to be drawn into it. And so use some part of your day. Like put in the chat, what's a part of your day that you could use? Something you do habitually every single day that you can start to add in this check-in with yourself, this like mental check-in on your psyche, check in on how you're doing. For me, it's that 5:00, right? You could set an alarm on your phone. And it could just say, are you witnessing? Right? Is your heart open? Is your mind quiet? Right? It can be an alarm on your phone. Like think about what you want to do. It can be cooking breakfast. It can be cooking lunch. It can be cooking dinner. It can be when you pick up the kids. It can be when you get into the car. Like there's a million triggers that can allow you to think about this. And I would love to hear what you guys are going to do. All right? And maybe you can learn from one another. And if you haven't thought about it, just pick something now. Try it for this week. Like you're not marrying the idea forever. Like just try something for this week and see what it's going to be. And I'd love to hear because, Marie says, it was very interesting because as I am more aware of it, I can see how the crazy person in there just wants to think weird things. When I stop it, then I cannot think it and let it pass. That's a good idea to set a time to check in. Emmy says she's going to do all washing the dishes. That's a great thought. I'll pick every time I get in the car. Russ is going to do it when he gets in the car. Like, it just takes a moment in time to go, am I engaged in all this BS? Or am I witnessing? It's a great check-in time. So I love that. And yes, Marie, our mind, like our little inner roommate is crazy and it loves drama, like loves it. So watch it. It doesn't have to be so wild in there. Okay. So he kind of wraps up with, and this was really interesting. He said, if you learn to stay in the seat of conscious awareness, then every time you drop down, right, or we do these check-ins and we're like, oop, I dropped into the mind, let me just pull myself back out, you're going to understand how to hold that space more and more and more until it just becomes perpetual. And he says, and then you will start to see that the disturbance actually started at your heart center, that the heart responded before the mind ever got involved. This is really interesting. He says, the heart reacts way before the mind starts talking. When you are conscious, the shifts of energy in your heart space cause you to instantaneously be aware that you are back there noticing. And the mind doesn't even get a chance to start up when you let go at your heart. The key to life is having an open heart, accepting all just as it is, everyone, everything, all of it. When you have an open heart, everything flows. Like absolutely everything. You just receive everything as it is, right? That's what the sky does. It doesn't matter what weather is coming in, right? It's just this all accepting, all loving, non-judgmental space. If you are that, you can receive everything and be at peace, just like the sky's at peace. It's at peace behind the hurricane. It's at peace behind the rainbow. Like it has no preference. That's the space you can get to. And imagine living life from that space, all right? And he says, start to use life, right? It will flip. So what used to disturb you now will be the reminder to come back to you. So what used to pull you down into all the crazy thoughts and the anxiety and the fear and the worry and the whatever that made life hell, all of those things are still going to happen, right? There's still weather every single day. But now we're going, oh, I don't have to be in the hurricane. I can witness the hurricane, right? I don't have to be involved in the rainbow. I can witness the rainbow and enjoy the rainbow. There's a difference. It's slight, but it's massive. And it's super, super powerful. So guys, remember this week that your trigger is your teacher. I hope that you're enjoying this book as much as I am. Mickey Singer is amazing. And we'll be diving into chapter 11 this week. So I have to end a couple minutes early today because I have to jump out and get into something. But I appreciate all of you. It was wonderful to be with you today to start the week with these thoughts. So when you get in the car, Russ, as you're washing the dishes, Emmy, whatever time of day, guys, set the reminders, check in with yourself, make sure that you are letting things be your teacher to teach you to get back into that witness space. Fritz just says, I get to versus I have to seems to interrupt the mind's advice. Yeah, exactly. It's a totally different, that's an open heart. Wow, I get to do this, not I have to do this. Beautiful. All right. Lots of love, guys. I'll talk to y'all later.